What's up, guys, and welcome back to MDL. It is going to be SQG facing elimination right now as they face up against going in one game down in this best of three, losing their out. So here's hoping they put something together because they definitely seemed like they were struggling in the last game. Mikelorus got Rhyme here with me as well, and once again we have a lot of respect. RMN is going to demand the Visage and the Viper be banned out, and we got ourselves something a little bit different now. Naga Death Prophet going up against the Sand King opening.
Alright, so Naga got through. He's in the game. We can expect Meteor Hammers, we can expect Songs, we can expect a strong laning phase for position. And SQG going for... They didn't get the Tusk this time, they decided not to opt for that. They got the Sand King instead, a bit more versatile in terms of his roles, and the tried and tested Witch Doctor. So, overall, pretty safe start for SQG. It's nice to see him agreed with. And this Death Prophet, it's a bit early, I think, to pick a Death Prophet, but they can put it off lane, they can put it safe lane, they can put it mid. It's fairly versatile where it can go. It doesn't have too many awful matchups, so we'll be seeing how this goes.
It's not really like the hero you think of as like a combo with Naga Siren. That would be like Naga Siren Disruptor, that's the combo. But they actually work really well with one another. Like, you lower the armor with the Riptide, get the ghosts going in, and they just shred with the less armor on the enemies. You have the net with the Siphon, easy combos in the early stages. You don't really like make use of any sort of song combos necessarily, at least not to the degree of some other heroes. But yeah, it seems like this is going to be a pretty strong lane that going in can put together if the need actually arises out of that mid. Net someone down, siphon them. That's a hell of a lot of damage, man. So it is also going to be a Witch Doctor, Sand King on the other end. Do like Witch Doctor as kind of a deterrent for Death Prophet. Is one of those heroes that really likes to dive in very aggressively. Once you get with that Maledict, you're not really sure if you should go in any further. So definitely good for SQG to have these type of deterrents up against this type of hero.
Yeah, the deterrence is quite nice. I'm just looking now at this Death Prophet though. The Death Prophet tells me that this lineup isn't actually going to be based around entirely the Death Prophet. There's a Terribly ban, there's a Wisp ban. I think you're probably going to be looking towards maybe a Luna or something for the safe lane, or just making sure that Oliver gets good matchups when he's playing his carry. Lifestealer has made it through to the second phase, which doesn't often happen versus team going in. So that's going to pop up as well, probably. And it's already good versus Witch Doctor, it's already pretty good versus Sand King. So it's really... There's a lot of ways that going in can go here. They have a lot of options. At SQG, they're going to have to respond. Bane coming out, so strong lane support. I don't really see Witch Doctor being able to out-roam a Bane or a Sand King, really. The Clockwork coming out.
Single target here from going in from their supports. So AoE perhaps a little bit lacking there. It's not like SQG have a lot of summons or anything like that. The Clockwork pick, most likely going to be played as that support giving Sand King the lane, although the option is certainly there for that switcheroo. Witch Doctor Clockwork, man, that's it's an old school combo. You just put him in the cogs, drop the Maledict, drop the Death Ward. Can kill off pretty much anyone with a very high degree of success. So SQG definitely looking to take a little bit more of a tempo-y, ganky approach in this game.
Yeah, before they had to wait until they got level 6. I mean, sometimes it isn't really that much to ask. We're going to get level 6 on 2 of our cores, and then we're going to go fight. But when you can't even get that by like 8 minutes in, I mean, it felt like their lineup was so slow last game, even though it didn't really feel like it should be. And Kunkka coming out, so this is... Okay, so it's probably offlane Naga Siren and Kunkka playing 4 role, because why not? Or you can put Kunkka almost anywhere. He can be an offlaner, he can be a mid, he can be a roamer, so we'll see how that turns out. And pick for SQG, I don't know, they need to pick some relatively safe core. Gyro's right out, so as for what they pick, I don't know, they like Shadow Fiend and Podem, so maybe one of those two? Yeah. Shadow Fiend will come out. Playing Shadow Fiend into a Bane and a Kunkka though, so he might get roamed on fairly heavily, but at least he's got the souls to start off.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to disengage away from going in, so SQG, they do have, I would say, the initiation advantage, but they also have to battle through that song, which is so hard. Like, if going in don't want to fight, they don't have to fight. But if SQG don't want to fight, they don't really have a choice. So their hand is going to be forced. They have to make sure the Shadow Fiend is well protected. They have to make sure the stuns are not going to be dropped all on one target aggressively. If you get that kill, great. I mean, you may just do that, but you need to save something to protect your SF in this particular matchup. Kunkka, not something we get to see all that often, but you know what? Works insanely well with that Naga Siren Sleep. You just set up for like the easiest boat torrent of all time. And of course, you get the Kunkka Bane combo. That's a true classic. So it is going to be interesting to see how they prepare this Kunkka. Might be that 4 position with the Bane and give Boogie that Naga Siren. They did do that in an earlier game.
Yeah, it could happen. Also, they need to ban out Lifestealer now. SQG need to remove it. Like, Lifestealer goes through almost everything. Clockwork is the only thing stopping, and he just eats Shadow Fiend alive if Shadow Fiend doesn't have an amazing start. So I'm pretty sure that it's either Lifestealer or Luna that they're probably going to go for on going in, but they have a lot of choice here. In fact, they could even go for something like a Morphling if they wanted to, because their lineup can create a lot of space.
Mm-hmm. They can go all in and try to get this early game aggression. Venomancer ban is reasonable, I would say, as SQG pick up a Venomancer, which is... I mean, the Shadow Fiend is definitely looking like the centerpiece, but as you said, don't ban out the Lifestealer. Well, there's a Lifestealer. And Lifestealer, I mean, you already said,
I don't know what
blocks
Venomancer
everything,
can do against them.
Also blocks the Venomancer almost entirely, at least while the Rage duration is active. So SQG...
I just gave them the perfect last pick Lifestealer. Like, it's what Clockwork and Force Staffs. Those are the only things that they will have to stop him. And Clockwork isn't even that good. Like, you can stop Rage TP and you can cog him. That's it. So they need to stop this Lifestealer getting off the ground, because I can see this Lifestealer running around with like Treads Radiance at like 16 minutes, and they need to win lanes on SQG. They need to make sure this Clockwork Shadow combo works out. They need to make sure the Venomancer crushes his safe lane. If that doesn't happen, I don't want to go there.
Death Prophet's name is Oliver's final form. That's actually hilarious. But yeah, this is gonna be a little bit rough here for SQG. Again, it's so important to protect this Shadow Fiend, but it's so impossible to protect a Shadow Fiend up against this Lifestealer because they don't have any disables that actually work. And this Venomancer pick, we've seen a couple of teams, especially more so nowadays, pick up the Venomancer. A couple of them. Is a hero that can do a lot of damage, but is a hero that can also just do nothing because of the fact that there's Naga Siren on the other end. It's like you drop all your poison, you hit everyone, and then they sing and they all TP away. And then
I feel like this lineup was already ready made to deal with a Venomancer. This last pick Venomancer is like there's boat buff to deal with that. There's there's Naga Siren who can just sleep and disengage once Venomancer gets exposed off. You can even go like Aghanims and stuff like that as well. It's a natural there's 2 pipe builders, because Kunkka sometimes goes pipe, and Death Prophet is very inclined to build it as well. Right, they're going to wait here. Oh, they're waiting. They're lying in wait for the Shadow Fiend. But Shadow Fiend will not be the one that walks up this cliff. It will, in fact, be the Clockwork who has boots first.
Okay, they're not going to be picky. He actually walks in really far in before he realizes that there's a lot of guys here. They'll kill him
cogs
off
for everyone.
Nope. Okay, they will eventually
Everyone kills
do
some cogs. So, in fact, Mitch was the only one to kill any cogs there, but now he's a slightly richer Bane than he was before.
And it looks like the Radiant
3-1
side
split.
will pick up a handful of bounty runes here. It's going to be a 3-1 split. Boogie is kind of in an awkward spot here. Is going to be able to purge off that Gale with the mirror images. But, of course, does have this ability taken first. It's not exactly what you want, but...
I mean, he's going to use it. He's going to pull the creep whip around. So, and there's no way they can stop it because they have Maledict. They don't have cast or anything like that.
There's also a tri-lane mid with life.
And asleep. You're not going to last it under tower? No, you're not.
So lanes are, let's say, non-traditional here for going in. At least what you would expect from these heroes that have been picked up. RMN is going to be on top lane going up against the Sand King. Death Prophet is going to be doing just fine there. Doesn't have to worry too much about that Caustic Finale. And the Lifestealer is in the mid lane, trying to apply a little bit extra pressure towards that Shadow Fiend. Does have a decent amount of right-click damage as far as killing creeps are concerned because he has that Quelling Blade. Get that Nightmare, get that Torrent, and yeah, Lifestealer can definitely go to town here.
Yeah, what they've done here is they've made sure that the Lifestealer he can get a good lane because they don't want it to be 1v1 versus the Sanking, because Sanking versus any melee hero, even if it's Lifestealer, is pretty one-sided. And also Death Prophet has no chance of last hitting versus the Shadow Fiend with the bonus souls. Whereas Lifestealer, he can just buy a Quelling Blade, so he's fairly happy with that. But RMN, he starts off this safe lane with not too much regen and also Null Talisman, whereas I would normally think that safe lane Death Prophet would go for an Aquila and go for like more regen at the start.
Straight kill the Shadow Fiend. I was watching Davey fight the Kunkka because I was like, really, is Kunkka going to start fighting Ender Maledict? And he was, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. The Lifestealer Bane is enough to just get in and kill off the Shadow Fiend, and that is such an important kill to kill off a Shadow Fiend ever. Keep him from farming, keep him from getting those levels, but also set those souls back, so it's pretty much reset. I mean, you only lose half of them, but still, being able to get that first kill makes the second kill so much easier, especially if Lifestealer has boots at a little bit of an earlier timing. SF is usually a hero that gets pretty quick, but up against a boots Lifestealer with a Bane backing him up, they can constantly apply this pressure, and that means that the Kunkka, if he isn't needed to kill off that Shadow Fiend, can go elsewhere. I don't know if he can kill off the Venomancer. It's going to be a really difficult kill to do that, but for sure, DNZ has options. He's not really needed in any one lane.
Boogie also hasn't skilled up his level 3 skill point, so he can get Nat and they can combo it. And he just skilled it. He's also bought his boots. They're probably going to go for this if Venomancer walks too far forward, but he sees the Kunkka, so he should not really tempt fate here.
The net, easy torrent setup, and now they have just right clicks. The thing is with torrent is that, is he stuck?
He's stuck a bit,
not quite stuck, but he is going to hit with the X marks, which means more body blocking is an opportunity until the perma-stun from the cask. Still with the Riptide and the right clicks, they'll get the kill. I mean, Davey did all he can there. He can't ask for anything more from your Witch Doctor. But, yeah, the torrent setup is a lot of stun duration, is a lot of control, not a lot of damage. So you have to rely on right clicks afterwards. Looked like it wasn't going to be enough, but it just was. And up towards top lane now, RMN, Cogs, not going to do them any favors. Now deep into the trees, it's not really worth chasing as the Clockwork. You're not going to kill off that Death Prophet. Yeah, he's going to fall back, so...
Look at the CS, though. 6 and 3 to 15 and 11. Mad Kings is crushing this lane. Like, it's not even close.
I thought RMN would be doing better here, honestly. It's just a 1v1. It hasn't been any rotations since that Clockwork made that attempt.
Oh, is RMN just going to die here? Yeah, he's barely going to get out. Needs to TP all the way back to base, though, and look how many creeps he's missing. He's going to miss... But it's the next wave.
And at the same time, the Shadow Fiend is going to get jacked up by a pair of supports. Brain sapped out. Can't even kill this Mind Stealer, so that means that the camp doesn't reset. And there's one stupid blue satyr there just blocking it. And once again, his soul's back down to 6. So it's really costly for the Death Prophet to have to leave that top lane. Again, Mad Kings is killing this top lane. But mid lane is just being absolutely, utterly smashed by going in. This Shadow Fiend is, right now, a non-factor who has to jungle at level 3. How bad does that feel? DNC is going to run into Wish right now. Really tough to fight up against the Battery Assault, but easy to land that Torrent, that's for sure.
No, that Haste Rune isn't going to get him a kill, but he's going to get out just fine. Yeah, Shadow Fiend, at least he countered a Satyr camp, so he's going to get some free XP and gold there. It's quite nice. These lanes. The Sanking is... I don't know, I think it's okay. I think Shadow Fiend, he's not farmed, and he's not going to be amazingly farmed, but he can recover. And he can farm. But Death Prophet is not really known to be a recovering behind kind of hero. And she is almost 2 levels behind Mad Kings on this Sanking. But now Death Prophet's getting a little bit of space, but I don't know what he can do with it.
This is... I mean, Death Prophet... Still level 3 is incredibly low. Is going to get a little bit of help, though. X Marks is usually pretty darn good at making sure Sand King isn't going to do any escape shenanigans, especially if he uses the Burrow Strike offensively, which means Death Prophet has time to get some damage done with the Siphon. Mad Kings did not see this wraparound coming, though the Torrent will be completely off the mark. They are going to mark him with the X, and Mad Kings has a Burrow Strike, yank him right back with the X, cannot kill RMN, and will die to RMN. At the same time, Boogie gets jumped in the bottom lane for almost the exact same style of kill. But, actually, Boogie has a lot of CS as well. Damn, I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Doing really well.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's like top lane was really, really one-sided, and Sand King was crushing it, and now he's died to the Death Prophet. So DP is going to get a little bit more farm. When you look at the net worth now, DP is almost even with the Sand King after many, many years of Sand oppression. She's now risen up and is kind of taking control of her own destiny. So Mad Kings is also going to get stared at by Mitch, but he's going to walk away just in time. Good moves from him. And all the while, Lysila just farming away. There's actually nothing they can do to touch him, is there?
Life Stealer. Now he has phase boots, so he can do this. Run at you, hit you a couple times, and with the moving speed, be perfectly safe in doing so, even with the Infest. He's kind of getting blocked there, and has to jump into a creep right before the raise lands. That was some awkward cog movement for that Life Stealer. Just one of those spells sometimes. It's hard to path around. But definitely a little bit of a brush with death there from Oliver. Perhaps a little bit too close for comfort. But still is very, very assertively going to pressure that mid lane. And task over in top now. Mitch is going to get chased down by the Sand King. Siphon is there, but the Burrow Strike will get the kill. Can he get out of here? He does have enough wand charges. And yeah, Arman's not even going to bother chasing him. But over in mid lane, RVP cancels the TP. He has backup coming in from Wish, so they trap Oliver. He does have the Rage, will block, I think, at least one raise there, and will again fall back. But the Shadow Fiend, as soon as he goes into lane, Oliver just charges him.
Yeah, so it's getting a bit scary for RVP in this mid lane. I'm not really sure there's not much he can achieve here. He can farm, he can get something, but Lifestealer, whenever he gets the opportunity, will just run him down. So maybe Clockwork's time is best spent making some stacks for Shadow Fiend, and then sharing that XP getting his level 6. Because the Shadow Fiend's not going to get that much farm in mid lane anymore. He can stay there, he can live, but just barely, and he needs the Clockwork's intervention to survive. You look at the warding here, both teams have a ward on mid, both placed around the same time. There is a Dire ward just placed on the top Radiant Bounty rune. And actually, that's the only aggressive ward they've got. But they'll see this move from Davi, so Araman's going to know to get out of dodge. Hopefully.
Well, he's sticking around a little bit. Burrow Strike misses, which means that he should be fine to get out of here no matter what. Also liking Boogie's build, or at least the build that he's queued up. No Meteor Hammer first thing or anything like that, just straight into the pipe. SQG are vast majority of them magical damage, so any resistance you can get is huge. Here comes the Epicenter. The Torrent's a little bit late to cancel. Arman still getting a lot of health back from the Siphon. Tries to TP out with the Nightmare onto the Clockwork. The Death Prophet will live. Great recognition there from Mitch, but the two-man Burrow Strike might still get some kills at the end of the day, as Mitch has 8 stick charges, has another Brain Sap, maybe. Torrent onto 2. Brain Sap as well. Oh my god, are they all going to get out? Perfect play from going in.
So
they saved
nice.
Everyone.
Did you see that? The sleep from Mitch onto the Clockwork to make sure he couldn't cancel the TP. That was the best play there I saw. And then the two-man Torrent was also really quite nice. Yeah, you look at Boogie's going this pipe first, because there's...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's really not that great for him, man. Like, he can buy his Ring of Health, he can have his hood, but he's not really going to feel that good about it. But for the team, it's going to be amazing. Because you look at the damage output... Oh, never mind. Here's the
You
song.
do not expect that as the Venom answer. Just a random solo Naga Siren to sing you. And now he's going to pop the ultimate and try to leave, but there's an ensnare for that.
You can't leave. You can't leave. Alright, so yeah, this pipe is going to block damage from the Witch Doctor, from the Sand King, Clockwork, the Venom damage. So it doesn't really feel that good having to buy it, but he's doing it for the sake of the team.
And now over towards the mid lane. Random Nightmare from a Bane. Hey, Oliver's here as well because he's got the phase boots. They don't have any more interrupts for this, so RVP will get out of there, but all the way back to the base. Again, this is
Welcome
more time
back to
when
mid
Shadow
lane. It's
Fiend
nice to
is
see you.
not on the map.
It's like he walks into mid lane and he gets forced to TP out. Why does he even come back? Just put Clockwork here. Oh, DNZ gets caught out. Where did he die? Oh, he died at his tier 2 to Maledict, so that always feels really bad. When you're walking away, you have to kind of recount everything that went wrong in your life, you know. It's like your life flashes before your eyes, but it's a bit... You don't have much time, really. It just feels really bad. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way I can phrase that, but yeah, it just feels bad, man.
We've all been killed by Maledict before. We know those feels. Bottom lane being pushed, and Mad Kings and Sand King is going to rotate in along with Tricky. The Gale does connect the...
Oh, the hook shot
that
not
miss? Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
They still land the Burrow Strike. Here comes the Shark. And here comes the Torrent, and that will kill off Mad Kings in an instant. Still, these ghosts are just tearing everyone apart. Our men grabs one, DNZ grabs the other. And Tricky, because he used that Nova earlier, kind of out of panic, can't really do anything else here.
Hold
That
on.
rum buff, making our men
Billy?
pretty much immune.
The illusions have been up for 25 seconds, and the hook cooldown is what? Okay, the hook cooldown has been on cooldown for 29 seconds now, so I need to watch that again somehow, but I'm pretty sure he just dodged the hook with mirror image. But I don't know if that's even possible.
You are invulnerable. You get invulnerability frames there. Tricky's gonna get hit with the siphon. Earn charge should finish him, if nothing else. And once again, the Swissh Doctor comes in, drops everything.
Armin's just
Maledict
dead.
onto the Death Prophet. She's dead. Straight to the SF, I guess. That's a little bit better, getting RVP a little bit more back into this game. But again, these trades for going in, that one on the bottom lane wasn't all that great. But over in mid, it's again Oliver left alone. And you said they have to absolutely stop this Lifestealer. Has not happened. He's very close to his relic.
Do you think whenever they're doing these fights on bot lane, like they're killing Death Prophet, they just hear a ticking sound emanating from mid lane? It's just... They must hear it somewhere in their heads, because I hear
hope
it.
they
It's
do.
just...
Because it'll be really bad if they don't. Like,
Yeah,
they
it's
have to
like-
be aware of this hero.
Just the ominous ticking coming from mid lane, the Radiance coming out soon enough. 3,000 gold already, working towards 3,800. DNZ running around with his paws on the ground with his haste rune. Ooh, he's going to go for Venomancer.
And the hook shot again misses. Here comes the Shark. And that will kill off the Venomancer. At the same time, block a lot
Oh,
of
that
that
ward
poison
blocking him
damage.
off.
And Oliver is out of there. Speedy, speedy Lifestealer.
RVP is just going to farm a little bit more. Sitting at 4k net worth of the Shadow Fiend at 12 minutes. He's almost got a drum, but at 12 minutes, this just... A drum is something, but something at 12 minutes, it's not what Shadow Fiend wants. Shadow Fiend wants a bit more than something. He wants a lot of something. So he wants maybe a drum, a Yasha working towards an SMY or a BKB at this point. And top lane, Boogie's going to get ran at a bit. And I think he might just be dead.
Your image sings.
Oh, he gets the song off!
Tick, tick. Oh, is this... He's gonna be fine. The creep wave just walks by him. You know, they're killing supports in the meantime, but we definitely want to watch that instead. And over in the mid lane, oh no, please, oh god, there's got to be some sort of mercy rule here.
Run.
He has a TP out. He's not even gonna use it, and he'll just get popped. The lack of death Requiem souls is a little bit troubling there. There's a chance that Oliver gets his relic before the Shadow Fiend picks up his drum.
Yeah, this has gone badly wrong. It's like he just realizes he was dead and he tries to raise out the creep wave and he doesn't even get half of them. And Oliver will farm this and he's going to send the courier to the side shop if he's paying attention, and then he's going to buy his relic. There we go. Relic has been purchased. Boogie's looking for some pick-offs with his level 4 net, actually. He just straight up maxed it. He's almost got his Meteor Hammer as well. DNZ's running around with his Mana Boots and his Urn. And otherwise, we've got RMM with 2 Null Talismans working towards his, not Veil, but Yules. So lots of stats. And Mitch just has Boots and a Wand, but he's a Bane, so he's fine with that. I think the thing to look at would be the wards here. You see 2 aggressive wards in the enemy jungle from going in. Oh no, not again. Not again, please, leave him alone.
Dude, as soon as he saw the Shadow Fiend, he popped phase and just charged at him. Mitch is gonna get caught in the jungle, or the river rather. One raise is gonna get RVP all those souls, so he's really happy about that one. Let's see how long he can actually keep those souls on his person, because I'm not sure if it's gonna last all that long, but they're gonna group up over in the mid lane. Tricky does have 4 points in the Plague Ward, so push speed pretty good. They are going to kind of overcommit on a Kunkka illusion. That is going to show off the Blink Dagger on Mad Kings. The push will continue. And now, what do the dire side want to do about this? RMN doesn't have a TP just yet.
I think they just let this happen. There's no real reason to fight this. They can wait for Radiance. 1 tower isn't that much to lose. It's this Blink reveal, it's Venomancer, Shadow Fiend, and Sand King all in the same lane. It's really fine. They're farming Meteor Hammer, which they've just finished. They've got Death Prophet, almost got a Yules as well. They're just going to wait for level 12 on Death Prophet, and they're going to wait for the Radiance on Lifestealer, and then they're going to go. That's it. There's no real, like, big play they need to go for right now.
Exorcism is up, and Boogie does have the Meteor Hammer over the pipe. Pretty sure he's going to stick to his guns this time and go Meteor Hammer and then pipe. Really, the magic hasn't really been an issue because they've just been killing so quickly and getting out just as fast. So once they actually decide to push as a team, pipe definitely increases in value by quite a bit. We got a smoke over in the mid lane. Mad Kings with the Blink Dagger leading the charge. They do see RMN, but Boogie's right behind him. And here comes the song. Hookshot, everything. Armen's gonna piece right the hell out of here.
Oh, here we go.
Here comes the Meteor Hammer and the Shark. Oh, the combos is gonna crush Sand King and the Clockwork. Even the Witch Doctor getting caught up in that as well. Triple kill for the team, double for Boogie. The OK is called, and that is the Kunkka Naga Siren combo. It's a shame we don't get to see this more, man.
Yeah, they were just waiting for that. They just set up, and Boogie got behind the tree just in time. So when Mad Kings came around the corner, he didn't see the Naga Siren sitting in it with the Meteor Hammer. No, he saw the Death waiting there without his Yules. And as a result, he just went in. And, well, you saw how that turned out. So now we have, well, going in, splitting up among the 3 lanes, but they don't really need to do anything for a bit. They can wait for Naga Song to come up. They can wait for the Death Prophet ulti because they have DP ulti. They have level 12. They have a Radiance. They have Meteor Hammer. And they have Bane with Mana Boots. And that's very important. I don't know why it's important, but it is.
Movement speed, man. Kind of.
Does it upgrade movement speed now?
Oh,
no,
it doesn't.
No, none of the boot upgrades improve movement speed apart from Boots of Travel, Tranquil Boots, and Phase Boots on cooldown.
Well, mana. For the
mana.
Clockwork cog counter. Kunkka in the top lane is gonna get maledicted and double raised. I don't know if Rum buff is gonna do enough here. He's gonna stick around and give Armen a little bit of assistance. Does end up picking up the Witch Doctor, and yeah, he will be also able to survive long enough so that Armen can get a couple. Actually, DNZ gets both of them.
Yep,
and
he just claims both their lives.
Wish is gripped up. Lifestealer gonna claw his way right through the cogs. Radiance ticking away. Wish trying to hookshot out. Not gonna happen, and now Mad Kings has gotta run. Radiance on Oliver is gonna make escape really, really hard. He'll get down to the low ground. Is there a nightmare? There is. And wake up, wake up. This is not what you want to wake up into. Radiance, tick, 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 double kill for Oliver. And that's, what, 4 kills for the team at the same time. Boogie is split pushing with the Meteor Hammer. They'll try to kill off this Naga, but even if they land the Gale, he just purges it off and runs with the mirror images, or just sings and leaves.
Clockwork's going to TP in with the hook. Is he going to... He needs to sleep right about now if he wants to live.
Mirror images, trying for the Jabate perhaps? Oh, Jabate successful.
He
Unfortunately,
doesn't have a TP,
so he's got to run.
Well, okay, what he needs to do, he needs to block the Clockwork Hook with his illusions. But that illusion's going to die, so... Help me! Help me!
Rip.
I'm all alone. Where did my team go? Why is it so cold?
Your team is doing stuff elsewhere. So take solace in that, Boogie. He's still 3rd place in the net worth. And he's going to get a little bit more cash, so the team is going to take down this top tier 2. Poor Naga Siren, but you know what? It's worth it. Oh, Burrow Strike in from Mad Kings. Immediately down half HP off of a Brain Sap and a Swarm, and now he's just going to die to the Radiance or the Swarm. It's all good.
That was ambitious.
He's going to be taken down, and they have DNZ into position. He's gone for Mechanism Earn. This is some serious medic play from Kunkka.
I mean, he's farmed. He's 6.1k net worth. Like, look at the Shadow Fiend. He's sitting on 7k net worth. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, they're just really, really far behind. So let's look at SQG. What items do they have? They have the Blink on Sand King. They can do stuff with that. They have Clockwork, just the Tranquil Boots Earn. Davies just, well, he's a Witch Doctor, man. This Venomancer. Now, this Venomancer is the crux of kind of the problems which I think SQG are facing, because this is their safe lane farmer. But he can't do a single thing. Oh, the double smoke coming out, so that's going to be a bit sad for them. But maybe they can get something. But Roshan is dead. Radiance is up. Medallion is available. They're fighting its boat. They're fighting its Death Prophet ulti.
They're going to try to go onto Kunkka, but he gets all of his spells off. So even if he dies, it's not a big deal. Shark comes in. That'll kill off the Witch Doctor. The grip goes on the Sand King. That'll kill him off. And in the side, it's the Meteor Hammer onto the SF, keeping him out of play. Letting Oliver and RMN close in. Boogie is even going to survive this entire exchange. He tied up 2 heroes by himself. And with the pipe, barely took any damage. They do lose their Kunkka. But again, a burial at sea, that's what he dreams of, and he is going to give it up for the team. GG is called just 20 minutes. It seemed like this match was, I don't know, SQG just being outclassed.
Yeah, the first game, it looked really rough. I think they misplayed their mid lane a bit, but the lanes were just too difficult. And in this game, the lanes were difficult, but I think that they made some mistakes in how they positioned their supports. I think they should have moved the Shadow Fiend to the jungle. They shouldn't have last picked that Venomancer. They should have made sure that the Lifestealer didn't have a chance to just maul anyone who came into mid lane, but managing all those variables is still pretty hard. I think they did the best they could, but going and looked really, really strong. And in this game, they got the draft that they wanted. They got the last pick Lifestealer into no counters. They had the Death Prophet, who they picked second, who managed to, apart from a slightly dodgy early laning phase, have a pretty nice game. And then we got the fancy combos. So overall, well played to going in.
They're just absolutely rock solid cores. I mean, you were calling that Lifestealer ban or pick even in the second pick phase, and then when it got to the third pick phase, like, guys, serious issues now.
I was just like, please just ban it, last ban it, please, just don't let it happen. And then it happened. But I honestly think maybe they could have done something similar with a different hero. Yeah, maybe Lifestealer wasn't really the deciding factor.
Instead was PL, which would have been a lot slower for sure. But I mean, they have a decent amount. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, obviously.
Yeah, they tried their best, but going in played really well. And I think Mad Kings did really well on the lane. RVP, he made some nice plays. I think in the first game with the Gyro, he managed to come back quite a bit from a hard start. I think Davey is the one that kind of impressed me a lot. He managed to get some nice pickoffs with, well, he made some good moves. But in the end, it wasn't enough.
Well, SQG are unfortunately not going to be progressing onwards. They're out along with Mad Lads, both the teams that lost in the first round. So going in, aka Penta with Kingwin are going to be moving forward from Group B. From Group A, Singularity moved forward yesterday, guys. OG versus Moriarty, I think, are playing right now, like literally right now. So you should probably go head over to, I believe, BTS 1 or just Beyond the Summit. And I think that's where the game is. If not, look around a little bit. It shouldn't be too hard to find. But we are done for the day, guys. Congratulations to going in. Definitely putting up quite a show. Even with the stand-in Mitch, everyone else, including Mitch, they're doing a quite fantastic job over the course of these games. If you guys enjoy the games, well, again, stay tuned for the playoffs. Go over to BTS 1, watch Moriarty versus OG. And if you guys enjoyed the casting, you can follow me along at Mikelorus on Twitter for my co-caster at Rimedota, R-I-M-E Dota. And guys, we'll see you next time. GG.
GG.